All right. Hello, sixth grade. Welcome to Wednesday, April 22nd. April 22nd, right? So, yeah, y'all know by now the days are going crazy in the Simpsons head. I'm having a hard time keeping up with them. Okay, so here we are with Naomi Leone. Mom has had the meeting with her best friend and the best friend's husband, and the kids were there, and they've decided they're going to try to figure this out. They don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to try to figure this out, right? So Owen always has a real positive attitude. Graham seems to always have a real positive attitude. So let's see how this little family decides to figure this out, right? Chapter 5, A Charm of Hummingbirds. I hope, guys, by the way, that you're making predictions as we go. And don't forget that tomorrow, Thursday the 24th, Thursday the 23rd, you can go to the school between 11 and 12:30 and pick up your books, okay? So I want you to do that. Don't forget to go tomorrow and pick up your books. All right, so let's get reading chapter 5. All right, A Charm of Hummingbirds. In the morning, I tiptoed into the living room/kitchen. Skyla rested peaceful on the fold-out, her hair making a splash of almost purple on the pillow. Without makeup, she looked younger than last night. Lying on one side with her legs pulled up a bit, the curve of her body made an empty space, like a little nest in the middle of the bed. I wished she was awake and we didn't have to go to school. I had visions of Owen, my mom, and me, all huddled up together, giggling and telling stories. Oh, Naomi is getting a vision in her head of what it would be like to have a mother that cared about her and that was there, and all these little visions she's creating in her head. I stared at Skyla for so long that I didn't notice Owen standing at my side until he nudged me and handed over a box of cereal. Through the small slatted window, I saw Graham watering the bird of paradise plants that grew on the side of the trailer. We fixed our bowls as quiet as we could and went outside to sit on the patio couch under the trailer awning. Graham came around and sat opposite us in the two-person swing. Was she stirring? Graham nodded toward baby Beluga. Remember, that's what she calls her trailer. She's sleeping, said Owen. Graham cleared her throat like she was going to make an announcement. When Skyla came in last night, we had a heart-to-heart. She has assured me that she just wants to spend a little time with you. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and see how she behaves. I think that's the right thing to do. Besides, you both must be natural curious about your mother. So Graham is relaxing a little bit. She's going to give Skyla the benefit of the doubt. And she knows that the kids, Owen and Naomi, probably want to know some things about their mom. I mean, what kid wouldn't want to know some things, right? I set down my cereal bowl and walked over to Graham and hugged her hard and didn't let go. Don't you worry, Naomi, said Graham, patting my back. We're going to weather this. Let's just plant plenty of sunshine in our brains. I love the way Graham talks, how she uses her words to give us images, right? She wants them to plant happy thoughts, or what she's calling sunshine, in their brains. So bright, happy, positive thinking. I squeezed my eyes shut. I planted the image of me showing Skyla my carvings, one by one, and her fussing over my talent while I shined, proud as punch. Mrs. Maloney tapped on her bedroom window, breaking my concentration. She waved at us and then pointed at Owen. I almost forgot, said Graham, looking at Owen. Mrs. Maloney needs help moving her hummingbird feeder. She loves watching them through the window with all their flitting and shimmering, but they've taken to diving and pecking at Tomcat. I told her you'd be over after school. Owen nodded to Mrs. Maloney and waved back to her. Will Skyla be here for dinner? I asked. I don't know her plans, Naomi, said Graham, but I'll make a point of inviting her. So Graham is going to make a point of being kind. She's going to invite Skyla to make sure she's there for supper. The kids are curious. They have questions. They want to know their mom. So we got some predicting to do. What do we think? Do we think Skyla's going to hang around for supper? Do we think she's going to act like a normal mom, or what we consider to be a normal mom, in the few days that she wants to be there to see the kids? We can infer from her past behavior that she's not going to act properly, can't we? But we also know human nature and people change, things change. So maybe, who knows? Let's move on. That evening, after we were almost finished eating Thursday pork chops, when we heard Skyla's car pull onto the gravel. A minute later, she burst into the living room/kitchen with her hands full of shopping bags. Graham, Owen, and I froze with our forks in midair, just like one of those commercials on television. Hi, everybody. I've been shopping. Naomi, get over here and see what I bought you. Skyla dropped the bags and began pulling clothes from them. Oh, this one's for me. But here, this one's for you. What do you think of this cute top? And these jeans are perfect. I hope they fit. She held them out to me. I had been wearing Graham's homemade clothes and the ones from the second time around shop for so long that I couldn't believe someone was handing me a brand new pair of store-bought jeans. Skyla looked at me and said, Well, are you going to just sit there? Come back to the bedroom with me and try these on. Graham's eyebrows peaked with surprise. I hurried to the bedroom and tried on the jeans. They are perfect, said Skyla. Now try on this top. If it fits, I'm going to buy you a few more. Wow, guys, what's going on? Oh, Skyla has bought her brand new clothes, which is something Naomi's never had. So how is Naomi going to feel about this Skyla? She's going to be crazy about her, isn't she? The light pink stretchy top had little rhinestones and a butterfly pattern on the front. I had seen one in the window of Walker Gordon, but I never dreamed I'd have one of my own. I walked out to show Graham and Owen. Skyla followed me. Graham had her back to us, standing at the sink. Skyla cleared her throat and said, And here she is, star of screen and television. Graham turned around and smiled and clapped her wet hands together. Why, don't you look spiffy? And Owen, Graham said, as if signaling Skyla not to forget him. Oh, today was shopping for the girls' day. Next time I go, I'll shop for Owen. Owen grinned at Skyla and said a little too loud in his raspy voice, Thank you. Is there something you've been wanting? Asked Skyla. Owen ran to his room and came back with a magazine picture of a bicycle and held it up to Skyla. Naomi and me love to go to Dan's bike shop and look at new bikes, he said. Owen, said Graham, I'm not sure that's the price range Skyla had in mind. Skyla nodded at Owen. Well, that's something to think about. Now, Naomi, why don't you let me do something with your hair? It's a troublesome mess, said Graham. I'd love to see it off her face. Skyla laughed. I have French braided the wildest heads you've ever seen. Sit down and let me get started. Are you tender-headed? No, I said, pulling out the half-dozen clips and situating myself cross-legged in front of her. As Skyla brushed out my tangles, I couldn't help thinking over and over that my mother's hands were on my head. She took a fine-tooth comb and pulled it through my hair until there wasn't the tiniest knot anywhere. Then she started at the center top, bringing up tiny strands of hair one over the other. Her fingers were nimble and gentle. It felt as though she was playing the piano on my head. The little finger kept reaching lower and lower, carving out sections to braid into the rest. In a matter of minutes, she said, All done, and don't you look pretty? Here, take this hand mirror so you can see the back. I jumped up and ran into the bathroom. There wasn't one strand of hair out of place, and the braid was woven like the rolled edge of a basket. Guys, how is Naomi feeling right now? Her mom has just bought her some new clothes, and she's braided her hair. I mean, that's the coolest thing, right? That's what moms and daughters do. So Naomi is feeling pretty good right now, I bet. I patted it and admired it for 15 minutes straight. Skyla came in and stood behind me and looked in the mirror. Naomi, you have a perfect heart-shaped face. Did you ever notice that? I had not ever noticed, but now that my hair was pulled back tight, I could see that she was right. Now, stay with me while I freshen my makeup. Clive and I are going out, and I want to look perfect. I watched her put on the base and the blush and liner and eyeshadow, which took over half an hour. She gave me some clear lip gloss called Wet as a Whistle. I put it on, then took it to my room and put it in my backpack. I couldn't wait to put it on at school in front of the other girls. Back in Graham's bedroom, I watched Skyla squeeze into her jeans and boots, then gather her purse and jacket. "How do I look?" she asked, smiling. "Nice," I nodded, her braid tickling my neck. Then I followed her to the living room/kitchen. "Where's Owen?" said Skyla. "I have something to tell both of you." "He's trying to coax Mrs. Maloney's cat out from under her trailer," said Graham. "Poor old Tom is scared to poke his head out for fear of the hummingbird attack." "Well, that's neighborly sweet. Naomi, I'll tell you and you can pass it along. I saw on the fridge that your teacher conferences are a week from today, next Thursday, right? I am planning on being there with Graham to see your school and meet your teachers. Isn't that great? I'm looking forward to it. I've got to run to Clive's right now, but I'll see you all later. Bye." After she shut the door, I could still smell her gardenia perfume. Guys, take a breath. Whew. Naomi is in love with her mom. Because why shouldn't she be? That's her mom. But we got to think about the way Skyla's behaved in the past and the way things have gone typically. Now, maybe things have changed, and I hope they have for Naomi. But I can't help but in the back of my head keep wondering, is there some foreshadowing going on? She didn't buy anything for Owen, right? She barely looked at him. But okay, here we go. She wants to go to teacher conferences. I sat down next to Graham. She patted my knee and looked me up and down once more, smiling and shaking her head like she was trying to figure out a puzzle. She said, "It's real nice that Skyla wants to go to your conferences. What do you think about me staying home just this once so she can have some special time with you kids?" So Graham is trying to stay positive. She's finding all the good in this. "Okay," I said, "I could show her my clay sculpture in the art room." Graham kissed me on the forehead. "Your hair looks pretty as a picture. Are you going to wear your new do to school tomorrow?" I quickly nodded and wondered if anyone would notice the difference. All right, guys. So there we are for Chapter 5 of Becoming Naomi Leone. I hope you boys and girls are enjoying this book. It's a great book for 6th graders. We've got so much awesomeness left to do in this book. So you just hang in there and don't forget tomorrow between 11 and 12:30, you get to go pick up your book. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for you guys to get this book in your hand. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have to keep watching my videos. You don't have to, but because you can read the book and follow along in your packet. But watching the videos, you get to spend time with me, right? Hey, yeah. All right, guys. I miss you dearly, and until I see you tomorrow, take good care of yourself, take good care of one another, and I will see you tomorrow.